into adding pictures and shapes to a worksheet. Okay, so we're going to look into inserting pictures, adding shapes, lines, text boxes, and word art, formatting graphics, adding graphic enhancements using picture tools, adding alternative text to pictures as well, so alt text. So Excel contains a robust set of tools for turning data into charts, turning concepts and processes into diagram, and adding photos, shapes, and other drawn content. Okay, so in the previous lesson, we looked into adding charts and visualizing our data. In this one, we're going to look into adding images and shapes and other things. Okay. So most of the again, most of the things that we are going to be, most of the tools that we will be essentially using in this lesson are again going to be located in the insert tab here. Okay. Everything from pictures, smart art, shapes, text box, and word art. Okay, so inserting pictures, so adding photos is easy in Excel. So helping you take a mind-numbing worksheet packed with numbers and text and turn it into something interesting to look at, compelling to read, and easy to navigate. Okay, so a graphic is an art-related object such as a drawing, image, or shape. Use pictures, picture buttons, or insert tabs to quickly and easily add pictures to your worksheet. Okay. So let's open a blank worksheet and let's look into inserting a picture from a file. Okay. Now to insert a picture from a file, so we have opened up our blank worksheet. We want to go into the Insert tab. And from here, you will see in the Illustrations command group, you'll see an option that says Pictures, Insert Pictures. So if you click on that drop down, it's going to say, give you two options. So from this device or online pictures. So here we're going to select this device. And if we go to lesson 12, lesson 13, sorry. Lesson 13. So see, we can see that we have two images here. So if we want to insert this image here, we can click on it and click insert. And it's going to insert that image for us in our Excel worksheet, okay? So although the graphic might cover up content in the grid, it does not affect the content and is not actually inserted in any cell in the worksheet, okay? So if you have some sort of data here, it's not going to affect it. It's just simply overlaid on top of that data. You can move the graphic in the worksheet without affecting any existing data or any inserted graphics. To change photos, you can simply select the current picture and from the Format tab in the Adjust group, click the Change Pictures, okay? So if we click on here, we can, you'll see the Format tab appear here. And in the Adjust command group, you'll see an option that says Change Picture here. So we can change it from here. And we can select a different image and that will change that image for us. So similar to how you would do it in other Microsoft services such as PowerPoint or Word. It's exactly the same process. You can change the picture through here. Okay, you can also change the picture by simply just right clicking and the shortcut menu will appear. And from here, we can also select where it says change picture and we can again select a different picture and update that picture. Okay, so it hasn't inserted any other pictures. It's simply just to change the picture to a new picture. And like I mentioned previously, if you have your Excel set up, you can also insert images either from the Bing web search, or if you have connected it to your OneDrive, you can also insert images from your OneDrive in the same using the same process as well. Okay, so if you have your OneDrive connected, then you'll see this option be available to you as well, and you can insert pictures, for example, from the cloud and through your OneDrive. Okay, so there's three different ways that you can really insert images and other things. So through files, through the device, through Bing, web search or through your OneDrive. Okay. So next, let's move on to adding shapes, lines, text boxes, and word art. So Microsoft offers shapes in several Office products, which are editable lines, circles, arrows, stars, and more, used to draw the user's focus to a particular part of the worksheet. Okay. You can also insert a standard text box, so a box that may contain text or graphic that you can insert anywhere in a worksheet. A text box may be used to explain complex content or provide a history or source of data or create an eye-catching title through the use of word art. Okay, so adding shapes. So the shape features offers 8 categories. So if we again go to where it says illustrations, and here you'll see an option that says shapes. If we click on that, you can see a drop down appear with all the available shapes that we can choose from. So it provides you with 8 categories of shapes along with a group entitled recently used shapes. So you can quickly redraw the same shapes. Okay, so the following categories provide the capability to draw nearly any shape, so such as lines, rectangles, basic shapes, block arrows, equation shapes, flowcharts, stars and banners, and callouts. Okay, so from here we can go ahead and select, really any shape that we want to. So for example, we can go ahead and choose a arrow, and here we can insert an arrow into our workbook and worksheet. And same as the image, if you do have any other data in this worksheet, it's not going to affect it. This is simply just a shape added on top of your data. It's not going to affect your data in any way. So the same as how the image wouldn't affect your data as well. So when inserting a shape, the direction you drag from the starting point controls the size of the shape and its proportion. So like how I just did now, if we click on insert and click on shapes, and if we open, let's insert a different shape here. So once I click and drag out, then I'm able to determine the proportion and the sizing of that shape. Okay. We can also insert things such as lines. Again, we can insert lines if we want to. So, we can really insert anything we want to into here just to make, our workbook and our worksheet just a bit more appealing to other users that are also reading it as well. We can also add text to these shapes as well. So similar how you can add text in other Office services, you can also add text to these as well. So say, for example, here we have an arrow pointed towards this. Now to add text, you can either right click and click edit text, or you can simply just double click here and, or you can see it here. You can add text here. So we've added some text into this shape here, and we can again change the alignment of it by going to the home tab. So here we've aligned it to the middle or to the top or to the bottom, centrally aligned to the left or to the right. Okay, and that's how you would add a text to your shape as well. And you can do this with any shape. Again, we can also increase the size of it, format this text to make it a bit clearer. We can also add text boxes as well. So if we click on insert and click on where it says shapes. Now, if you pay attention, all of these are shapes except this one here. So if you go into basic shapes, the first one, you'll see a box with an A and some lines in it. So that is the text box. Now, again, similar to how you would determine the proportion and size of a normal shape. For the text box, again, you will see a little plus sign appear, and if you just click and drag out, you can then determine the size of your text box as well. Okay. And in this text box again, you can type in anything you want to. Okay. So here we've also added a text box, and none of these text boxes or shapes that we've entered, like mentioned previously, is going to affect our data as well. This is simply, we're just using these to enhance the visual appeal of our worksheet. We can also use something called word art. So word art is a Microsoft Office feature that combines words and artistic effects. So you can also do this on other Microsoft products as well. So utilizing a extensive series of preset color fills, drop shadows, outlines, and 3D looks. Work art makes it easy to create and specialize text objects quickly. Okay, now to insert a word art, we can again go into the Insert tab. And if we go to the text command group here, you'll see an option that says word art up here. Insert word art, and here we can select some preset word art styles that Excel provides for us. Okay, and we can edit this and enter whatever we want into this. Okay, so again, this is another way of customizing and just enhancing the look of your worksheet. Okay, again, if we click on this here, and if we click where it says word art styles, again, we can change and update the styling from here as well to anything else if we changed our mind. So formatting graphics, okay? So that's the next thing. So in addition to moving or copying graphics, you will most likely need to change their appearance at some point as well. So from styles to use the use of the mouse and keyboard to change the appearance, placement, and stacking order of overlapping graphics. Okay, so Excel offers great tools for you to make graphics look exactly like how you want to. Okay, now to do this, you will need to obviously select on the image first. Okay, so here we want to customize this image and format the graphics of it. Okay, so what we can do is if we select on that image, we're going to see the picture format tab appear up here. So if we click off it, it's going to disappear. If we click off on it again, it's going to say picture format. Again, if we click on one of these shapes, it will say shape format. Okay, so if we click on the page on picture format, from here we can go on here and we can really adjust and customize the way that this image looks, and we can also try and enhance it as well if we want to. Okay, so from here, if you all have an image that you want to remove the background of it, you can also remove the background of it. And essentially by clicking on that, all the area highlighted in purple will get removed. Okay, so this is just something that Excel offers, and other Microsoft services also offer this as well. Okay, so any areas in purple will get deleted. Okay, so this is just removing background. We can also look into adding corrections. Okay, so if we move our image over here, okay, and you'll notice here my image is in the arrangement of it is beneath the text and the shapes. Okay, so what you can do is if you go to the arrange command group here, you'll see we'll have options to bring forward, send backwards. If we click on a drop down, what bring forward will do is it will go through the layers one by one and bring it forward. What bring to front does it will take that image and bring it straight away directly to the front layer. Okay, so if we bring it forward, it will do it one by one. See how it just came above this layer. But if we click on bring forward and bring front, it's going to bring it above all those, and it's going to be our first layer. Okay, so if we go back on corrections here, we can change the softness of the image. We can also change the brightness and contrast of our image. Again, if we want to, we can change the color of the image as well. So saturation, tone, and we can recolor that image as well if we want to, okay? From here. We can also apply some artistic effects as well. So these are some effects that we can apply. So there's loads of different ones that you can choose from if you want to use any. And if we want to reset the picture again, we can reset the picture from here as well. Okay. We can also add some picture styles as well, so such as borders, drop shadows, and other things. So here we can add some borders to our image if we want to. Again, here we have some different styles that we can go for. So we have this border here that I've chosen here. We can also change the color of the border if we want to. We can also add some effects to our picture, such as glow, reflection, 3D rotation. So you'll notice that these are the exact same options that Office products such as PowerPoint or Microsoft Office also provide to you as well. Okay. And when it comes to shapes, we can also do the same thing. We can also customize the way that these shapes look. Okay, so if we click on this shape here, click on Format Shape. Again, we can go into the settings here and through the ribbon also customize these as well. Okay, so here we have some shape styles that we can choose from. So here we have, if we click on the drop down, we have various shape options that we can choose from and select and determine the way that this shape will look. Okay. We can also change the fill here if we want to, set a custom fill if we want to, change the outline of it, and also change the shape effects as well. Okay, so add reflection or anything else that we want. Again, resizing it, we can simply just click on these circles here and just resize and change the way and size of this shape as well. Okay. We can also rotate our shapes here as well. So through the arrange command group. So similar to how we can, change the arrangement of these shapes. So bringing it forward or backward. We can also change the rotation as well if we want to. Okay. We can also set a so like I showed you, you can also instead of dragging this to change the height or width of your shape and the sizing of your shape, you can also specify the height and width from here as well, okay? Through the size command group, okay? And that will change it for you. Also, when it comes to rotating, you don't have to do it specifically through here. You can also use this arrow here. So if I just rotate it back up again to normal, you'll notice that there is a arrow that's turning here. And if we simply just hold on that, click and hold on it, we can rotate it and drag it around to any rotation that we want to, okay? So that's how you would rotate it also as well. So there's different ways of also rotating it as well. Again, if we want to reset the picture, we can click on Format, Reset Picture. And that's going to reset all of those things that we did previously. It's going to get rid of those and reset that picture for us. Okay, so if you've made some modifications and some corrections to the image and you don't think that it looks particularly good and you want to undo it, instead of having to click on this undo button, you can simply just click on Reset Picture and reset the modifications. There's also something called smart art. Okay, smart art graphic. So if we click on insert, and through here you will see where it says smart art, sorry. So illustrations, if you go to illustrations, smart art, click on that, you will get a dialog box appear. So explaining complex procedures and relationships using Excel worksheet data can be challenging. So a smart art graphic is a visual representation of information and ideas such as an organization chart, a flow chart, or process or Venn diagram. So using smart art can tell your worksheet story visually through a combination of steps, combination of shapes and simple strings of text. Okay, so here we can see that we've got various forms of smart art that we can choose from. So we have lists, process, cycle, hierarchy, relationship. So for example, if we select one of these, let's go for cycle, and let's go for this one. And to insert one, so simply we can select whichever one we want to. So select this one, click on OK. It's also going to provide a description here for us as well. Click OK. And from here, if we just click off that, and if we drag it here so we can see it better. So here we've inserted our smart art object. Okay, and simply through here we can visualize certain things from our worksheet on here as also. Say for example we want to provide a visualization of a process, so we can type in stage 1 and click on the text underneath it, stage 2, stage 2, and so on. Okay, and you can also, when you've inserted your smart object, you can again also change the coloring of it here as well. So through here we'll get some options that we can change the way it looks. Okay, from here, if we've selected one and we want to change the styling of it as well, so the way it looks, we can do it through here as well. So we can update the way the layout. We can also add shapes to this as well. So if we click on where it says create graphic command group, where it says add shape, we can add more. We can also rearrange these shapes. So if we click on where it says stage 1, we can move this one down and it's going to switch it around for us. Okay, and we can move it down, either promoting it, demoting it, or moving it up and down. Okay, so demoting it just gets rid of it completely. Okay, promoting it adds it back in. Okay, so when you have images as well, if you want to, you can also add alt text to your pictures as well. So if your Excel workbook contains pictures, shapes, and diagrams or other objects, you can use the accessibility checker to locate possible accessibility issues. Um, you can also add alternative text, also called alt text, to your graphic objects to make them accessible. Okay. Now to do this, simply what we can do is to add alt text. If we have an image here, what we can do is right click and click where it says edit alt text. Here you'll see a pane pop up to our right. And from here we can add some alt text. So here we have some alt text as well that we can add to this image. And if we want to close that, we can just simply click on the cross. And if we want to get back on that again, click on edit alt text, and you'll see that our alt text still remains. And if we want to edit it, we can just simply click on that text box again and just change it up again. Okay, so that is it for that lesson as well. So that one was a short lesson, and we are done entirely with Microsoft Excel. So does anyone have any questions about that lesson? Does any part of it not make sense to them?
I have one question, but regarding the last lesson, can I ask?
Yeah.
Okay, so you told about the pivot table. Could you please mind me to give one example on the pivot chart as well?
Yeah. So let's
Thank you.
look at this 1 second. Let me just bring this up again.